take the conversation outside. You got codes in this?
I got an check light.
Check engine light is on. Let's find out why.
Oh, I'm there.
Evaporative emission systems. That's the only code that you have. What's this do for inspection? Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't do emissions.
You don't do inspection thing there?
They do emissions inspection.
we're going to clear the codes.
Not safety. It's emissions. Not safety.
I'm going to check the first one. Make sure you had 2 years and they work crap. Nice. Yeah, right. Well, I'm about to have inspections that had a couple years.
Okay.
What's the gas mileage? 14? In the city?
Okay, the field that I just went into is misfire data. Misfire is when a cylinder does not produce power. Okay?
None of them.
None. Everything's running good. Shut it off.
So that's why everything is zero?
Why everything is zero.
So what was that check engine light? Misfire?
No,
it's
it's
evaporative.
emissions code, evaporative emissions.
Does he need a new sensor or something?
No, he needs to fix the system.
It might be just like a new gas cap because you don't know what it is. Or it might be a leak somewhere.
We'll see if that works.
Xterra, I can do is I can take the conversation on Xterra. However, the ones that are in the back are harder to reach. Other than that, it's just
What are you complaining about, Joel?
I'm not complaining. Okay?
Huh? You complaining about owning an Xterra?
No, I'm not complaining about that.
I don't want it.
Nice clean piece of paper.
Well, everybody do right now.
Start it.
Let's test it on. Not here.
Okay. I told you if you were going to test spark. No glasses, you gotta leave. I told you if you were going to test spark, this is the only way. Okay? You got a spark that'll jump this gap, you got a spark that'll start a car. That's simple. Doesn't matter what it looks like, blue flame, orange flame, whatever. Okay, you got a spark that'll jump that gap, you should get a look at it. Okay, not just from over there. Okay? The other thing you can get a look at is the misfires on the cylinder. Okay, we're working off a number 3 cylinder, and it's counting them up.
I'm gonna reset
Okay.
to like.
That looks kind of sketchy. Put your hand in it.
You put your hand in there. It's only 50,000 volts.
Oh yeah, nah.
Not the exact same thing. The exact same thing. The alligator clip has to be grounded. Okay? Yeah. Take a look at it. did burn through the paper. All those tiny little holes. Okay, shut it off.
Yeah, or the shocking pins or something like that.
My dad
Yeah.
has Mark just puts his finger in there. It's fucking like electrocuted all the time.
Damn. That's savage.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, bro. That shit looks sketchy.
Shit about flooring in. Say that loud so you can hear it.
I'm sorry?
For 2 seconds. He talking trash about Ford. Bro, just because he worked for Ford doesn't mean he fucking knows about Ford. But right now,
Start it.
Start that bit. Oh shit, I'm out.
Okay? We're back to hitting on all cylinders. Okay? Running fairly nice. Okay, engine misfire detected, last ignition cycle, since it was cleared, passed and failed. Okay? Is your check engine light still on?
Yeah.
On or off?
It's off.
It's off? Okay.
That shit gonna come back on?
Shut it off.
that's the holes from the spark plug going down.
Okay, so what you just saw was the ability of the computer to monitor misfires. Okay? All those tiny little holes are where the spark burned through the paper. Okay? So we talked about the way to measure spark. If you know, with regard to starting your car, this is how you want to test spark. You got a spark that'll jump that gap, you got a spark that will start the car. Very simply. The other thing that we looked at was the ability to measure misfires. Now, with regard to codes, think about what's going on. Okay? Think about what's going on. We talked about the fact that the injectors will create codes from an electronic standpoint. Okay, the only way they're going to measure codes from an injector would be the electronics. I can have an injector that works really, really well electronically, but if it's clogged with, dirt or whatever, it's not going to spray fuel. I'm going to have a misfire. This is the other way to look at it. Okay, you got a misfire. You got no injector codes. You very probably have a spark problem or a compression problem. One of those two things, spark or compression, or you got a clogged injector. Okay, you got a bad injector, an injector that works electronically but not hydraulically. Okay, you essentially need three things to fire a cylinder. I need compression, I need spark delivered at the right time, and I need fuel. That will fire the cylinder. If I have compression, if I have spark, if I've got a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder, if the car is basically running on 5 or 6 cylinders, that tells me that the spark to all the cylinders is being delivered at the right time. Okay? If it's not, if it's not being delivered at the right time to the other 5 cylinders, the car doesn't run. Same with the injector pulse. The same thing that creates the injector pulse is what creates the spark. The same section of the computer. It looks at all these incoming things, the intake air, the coolant temp, the mass airflow, the map, the whatever parameters went into creating spark, other than the crank angle sensor. Same thing goes into creating injector pulse. Okay, so if I've got a good injector pulse, if I don't have a code, and I have compression and I have spark, I know the spark to the other cylinders is being delivered at the right time. It's got to be a clogged injector, and that's the easiest way to work through it. Don't just look at what you have in front of you, look at what you don't have. Okay, if I don't have an injector code, I got a misfire, but I don't have an injector code, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a good injector. It can be good electronically, but not hydraulically. Okay? Questions? Everybody's alive and well?
Yep. How much that junk cost?
What?
The little piece that you put in the first day.
$15.
Anywhere.
Snap-on Matco Mac, probably a decent auto parts store would have one for sale.
You seen the ones where you just place it on the wire and it reads the magnetic
Plug it
field?
right in. No. I've seen them. Do they work? Yeah. I can see that spark.
Yeah.
We start talking about magnetic fields, that doesn't do a damn thing for me. Okay?
What's that junk called again?
Spark tester. Nothing more than that. You might be able to get it on eBay or Amazon or something like that for a lot cheaper.
Like $5-6.
If you're really
And realistically, all it is a spark plug missing the electrode with an alligator clip soldered on. How technical do you have to get?
You can make that.
You could probably take a spark plug, cut the electrode off, okay?
Attach a clip.
Attach a clip. Okay. Any other questions?
Is this the type of scan tool they would use at like AutoZone?
No.
This is a General Motors scan tool. It is. You can't get a better scan tool to work on a GM car.
Okay.
Okay, but to a
GM
certain, it's GM specific. It's almost worthless.
On other cars.
Worthless on other cars, Ford, Chrysler, whatever. So you either need a Ford, Chrysler, or whatever scan tool, or you need something generic that'll do them all. So, okay, pull the plug.
Sounds good.
Hold it. Pick that up. Back it out. Wait a minute. Pull the exhaust hose.
Right, midterm time, right?
Okay, back it out. Slowly.
Ain't no mids.
Everybody else.
Cut it hard. The other cut. Oh, stop. Cut it hard to the left. Hard left. Thank you. Slowly back it out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do. Oh, usually, I just come in, maybe wake up, I work at the figures of the guy. Oh,
That's pretty much it. One, takes a corner, doom.
It's a very nice Sunfire.
You probably got that job repainted.
Yeah, it's repainted because it's like blue in like the door line, but it still looks nice for like 18 years old though.
Yeah, no, it's 2002, so it's really hard to like keep paint like that condition. Like it still